Time for a spiritual awakening. Time for a spiritual awakening.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spiritual Awakening 101. My name is Reverend Jerry Yaakov, and I'm your host. Today, we're going to be reading again from Chanting from the Heart, Thich Nhat Hanh's book. And this is the Refuge Chant. Incense perfumes the atmosphere. A lotus blooms, and the Buddha appears. The world of suffering and discrimination is filled with the light of the rising sun. As the dust of fear and anxiety settles, with open heart, one pointed mind, I turn to the three jewels. The fully enlightened one, beautifully seated, peaceful and smiling, a living source of understanding and compassion. To the Buddha I go for refuge. The path of mindful living, leading to healing joy, enlightenment, the way of peace. To the Dharma I go for refuge. The loving and supportive community of practice, realizing harmony, awareness, and liberation. To the Sangha I go for refuge. I am aware that the three gems are within my heart. I vow to realize them, practicing mindful breathing and smiling, looking deeply into things. I vow to understand living beings and their suffering, to cultivate compassion and loving kindness, to practice joy and equanimity. I vow to offer joy to one person in the morning, to help relieve the grief of one person in the afternoon, living simply and sanely with few possessions, keeping my body healthy. I vow to let go of all worries and anxiety in order to be light and free. I am aware that I owe so much to my parents, teachers, friends, and all beings. I vow to be worthy of their trust, to practice wholeheartedly, so that understanding and compassion will flower, helping living beings be free from their suffering. May the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha support my efforts. This next reading is entitled Nourishing Happiness. Breathing in deeply. Exhale. One more. Exhale. Sitting here in this moment, protected by the Sangha, my happiness is clear and alive. What a great fortune to have been born a human, to encounter the Dharma, to be in harmony with others, and to water the mind of love in this beautiful garden of practice. The energies of the Sangha and mindfulness trainings are protecting and helping me not make mistakes or be swept along in darkness by unwholesome seeds. With kind spiritual friends, I am on the path of goodness, illumined by the light of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Although seeds of suffering are still in me, in the form of afflictions and habit energies, mindfulness is also there, helping me touch what is most wonderful within and around me. I can still enjoy mindfulness of the six senses. My eyes look peacefully upon the clear blue sky. My ears listen with wonder to the songs of birds. My nose smells the rich scent of sandalwood. My tongue tastes the nectar of the Dharma. My posture is upright, stable, and relaxed, and my mind is one with my body. If there were not a world-honored one, if there were not the wonderful Dharma, if there were not a harmonious Sangha, I would not be so fortunate to enjoy the Dharma happiness today. My resources for practice are my own peace and joy. I vow to cultivate and nourish them with daily mindfulness. For my ancestors, family, future generations, and the whole of humanity, I vow to practice well. In my society, I know that there are countless people suffering, drowned in sensual pleasure, jealousy, and hatred. I am determined to take care of my own mental formations, to learn the art of deep listening and using loving speech in order to encourage communication and understanding, and to be able to accept and love. Practicing the actions of all Bodhisattva, I vow to look with eyes of love and a heart of understanding. I vow to listen with a clear mind and ears of compassion. I bring peace and joy into the lives of others, and I lighten and alleviate the suffering of living beings. I am aware that ignorance and wrong perceptions can turn this world into a fiery hell. I vow to walk always upon the path of transformation, producing understanding and loving kindness. I will be able to cultivate a garden of awakening. Although there are births, sickness, old age, and death, now that I have a path of practice, I have nothing more to fear. It is a great happiness to be alive in the Sangha. With the practice of mindfulness trainings and concentration, to live every moment in stability and freedom, to take part in the work of relieving other suffering, the career of Buddhas and Bodhisattva. In each precious moment, I am filled with deep gratitude. I bow before the world-honored one. Please bear witness to my wholehearted gratitude, embracing all beings with arms of great compassion. This next reading is entitled Turning to the Tathagata. The Tathagata is the Buddha. I touch the earth deeply, turning to the Tathagata, the lighthouse that shines over the ocean of dust and suffering. Lord of compassion, embrace us with your love. For today we are determined to return to our true home. We, your spiritual children, still owe so much gratitude to our parents, teachers, friends, and all other beings. Looking over the three realms and across the four quarters, we see all species drowning in an ocean of misfortune. It wakes us with a start. Although we have turned in the right direction, the shore of awakening still lies very far away. Fortunately, we see the hands of the compassionate one, bringing relief to every corner of the world. With one pointed mind, we return, taking refuge. We aspire to be the spiritual children of the Tathagata. We unify our body and mind before the Buddha's throne, releasing all attachment and negativity. With great respect, we now aspire to receive the wonderful teachings we shall always practice diligently and carefully. Our mindfulness trainings and concentration nourished to maturity for the fruit of understanding to be ripened in the future. We ask the Bodhisattvas to protect us day and night. May the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha show us their compassion. Breathing in, exhaling. One more. Breathing in, exhaling. We know that the fruits of our past actions are still heavy, that the merit from our virtues is still frail, that we are often full of wrong perceptions, that our capacity to understand is poor, that the impurities of our mind still arise very easily, that our practices of listening and contemplation are not firm. In this moment, we entrust ourselves to the lotus throne, and with our 5 limbs resting gently on the earth, we now pray. Infinite loving kindness, please expand and envelop us so that we may too open our hearts. We, your children, for countless past lives have chased after worldly things. We, your spiritual children, unable to recognize the clear, pure basis of our true mind, our actions of body, speech, and mind have been unwholesome. We have drowned in ignorant cravings, jealousy, hatred, and anger. But now the sound of the great bell has caused us to awaken with a heart that is determined to renew our body and our mind. Please help us completely remove the red dust of all wrongdoings, mistakes, and faults. We, your spiritual children of this moment, make the vow to leave all our habit energies behind and for the whole of our life to go for refuge to the Sangha. Awakened one, please place your hand over us in protection so that the loving kindness and compassion will guide and assist us. We promise that when we practice meditation, when we take part in Dharma discussion, when we stand, walk, lie, or sit, when we cook, wash, work, or play, when we recite the names of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, when we offer incense, or when we touch the earth, every step will bring peace and joy to the world. Every smile will be resplendent with freedom. We will live mindfully in each and every moment to demonstrate the way of liberation from suffering. We vow to touch the Pure Land with every step. We promise in every contact to be in touch with the ultimate dimension, taking steps on the soil of reality, breathing the air of true emptiness, lighting up wisdom to make resplendent the wonderful true mind, drawing aside the dark curtain of ignorance, with our body and mind peaceful and happy, free and at leisure, until the moment when we leave this life, our heart with no regrets, our body without pain, our thoughts unclouded by ignorance, our mindfulness clear and bright, and our six senses calm as when entering meditative concentration. If necessary to be reborn, we will always do so as the spiritual children of the Tathagata. We will continue in the work of helping other beings, bringing them all over to the shore of awakening, realizing the three bodies and the four wisdoms, using the five eyes and the six miracles, manifesting thousands of appropriate forms, being present at the same time in all the three worlds, coming in and going out in freedom and with joy and ease. We will not abandon anyone, helping all beings to transform, bringing all to the shore of no regression. Breathing in, exhale. Space is without limit. There are infinite living beings, and the same is true with afflictions and results of past actions. We pray that our aspirations will also become infinite. We bow to the awakened one as we make this vow. we will maintain virtue, sharing the merit with countless others in order to fully repay the gratitude that we owe, and to teach the practice everywhere within the three realms. May we, alongside all species of living beings, fully realize the great awakened understanding. Deep breath in, exhale. This next reading is a beautiful reading entitled Loving Speech and Deep Listening. Here, I can come back to myself. Looking up with admiration, I observe the spiritual characteristics which clearly shine from the face of the Tathagata. The Tathagata is the morning light and the immense space of the firmament, calm and stable, like the moon, carrying us along. On our journey home from the world of confusion to a land of freedom and inclusiveness. For so many past lifetimes, we have made mistakes which have brought about much suffering. All of us hold onto internal formations. Sometimes we cannot look at each other. We lose our capacity to listen deeply, and we speak loving, harmonious words. The communication between us meets so many difficulties and obstacles. There seems to be no way to resolve our suffering. Every day, understanding and love are fading. The heavy, obstructed atmosphere stifles all our happiness. With all our resolve, I touch the earth, determined to follow the teachings of the Tathagata. I shall begin the practice, listening deeply and speaking lovingly, according to the way which benefits the practice and my fellow practitioners, so that communication can be quickly restored. Deep breath in and out. One more. And out. I shall practice diligently to guard my body and mind with conscious breathing and through awareness of my steps, so that I can recognize and embrace the anger and irritation in my heart, so I can sit and listen deeply with all my compassion, and so the other person has a chance to share all their hidden suffering. I want to learn to listen deeply with sincere, loving kindness, so that the other person can suffer less. I promise the Buddha that even if the other person says things that are not true, even if his or her words are full of blame, I shall continue to listen attentively. I shall wait for the right time to find a way to let the other person know what really happened, so the other person has a chance to rectify his or her perceptions. I want to practice using harmonious and loving words to help the person sitting with me hear and understand what I need to say. But for as long as I still have some irritation, I shall just practice mindful breathing and mindful walking, determined to avoid any discussion. I am determined only to speak when I am able to master my mind. Deep breath in and out. And out. Lord Buddha, Bodhisattva of great wisdom, Bodhisattva of great action, Bodhisattva of great compassion, be with me and light my way so that I can soon be successful on the path of practice. One more final reading in this episode. Happiness in the present moment. The past is already gone and the future has not yet come. Let us not drown ourselves in regret or in expectations and worry. The Buddha has said that we can be peaceful, happy, and free in this present moment. Let us hear the Buddha's words and let go of our sadness and anxiety. I shall learn to know what is sufficient, to live simply, so that I have time to live deeply every moment of my daily life, giving my body and mind a chance to heal and to have the time to look after and protect those I have vowed to love. I shall practice for my mind to grow in love and compassion so that I have the ability to help beings everywhere who are drowning in craving. I ask the Buddhas everywhere to protect and guide me, to support me on my path, so that I can live in peace, joy, and freedom, fulfilling the deepest aspiration as your disciple whom you trust and love. Namaste.